Hey basketball guys, we have news. Let's go to more Los Angeles Lakers news, but first don't forget to subscribe to the channel and leave your like. With each Lakers game, fans clearly realize that the Lakers need an elite center for next season. Several names are being considered, but for the Lakers to become favorites they need to invest heavily and bring in the excellent center Myles Turner, who has had a great season with the Indiana Pacers. Turner is a unique player and the Lakers would become very strong and scary for their rivals in the West. Strong rumors, Myles Turner is the big man that the Lakers want to play with Luka Doncic and LeBron James. The Lakers must wonder what could have been. The Los Angeles Lakers are currently engaged in a heated first-round series with the Minnesota Timberwolves. Superstars are colliding, with Luka Doncic going toe-to-toe with Anthony Edwards in the playoffs for a second consecutive season. Across the conference lines, however, is a series that's likely causing the Lakers to feel remorseful over past indecisions, and, perhaps, optimistic about free agency. The Indiana Pacers have jumped out to a 2-0 series lead over the Milwaukee Bucks with a pair of statement wins. Indiana defeated Milwaukee 117-98 in Game 1, and secured a 123-115 victory in Game 2 during which it led wire-to-wire. One of the key contributors during those games has been big man Myles Turner, who has stepped up on both ends of the floor. Turner finished Game 1 with 19 points and 4 blocks, helping to anchor the dominant defense and support the explosive offense. The next time out, he finished with 15 points and 2 blocks in yet another display of his ability to impact the game on both offense and defense. With free agency looming and the Pacers stringing together postseason wins, the Lakers' best opportunity to acquire Turner at a reasonable price may be in the rearview. Myles Turner increasing price tag with every postseason game. Los Angeles has a well-documented need to improve the quality of the depth chart at center. One of the players to whom they were linked in trade rumors was Turner, with his expiring contract and defensive quality playing significant roles in the potential interest. The Lakers ultimately opted to pursue Mark Williams in a since-failed trade that has made the absence of a center of Turner's quality even more difficult to stomach. Jackson Hayes has done an admirable job of attempting to fill the void, but the Lakers have been forced to play small ball lineups in most situations. Turner certainly isn't the rebounder some might be hoping for, but his other qualities seem to fit what Los Angeles needs. As such, one can't help but wonder what could have been with Doncic and Turner running pick-and-pop action, and the latter anchoring an already great defense. The good news for the Lakers is that Turner will be an unrestricted free agent this summer. As such, Rob Pelinka could find a way to either sign the two-time blocks leader or orchestrate a sign-and trade to acquire him at a more flexible cost. The Pacers are just 2 wins shy of a trip to the second round, however, and Turner is playing a significant part in their success, a truth that should only increase his market value. The optimistic take is that Los Angeles could part with limited assets to acquire Turner in a sign-and-trade deal since Indiana would have less leverage. The more immediate reality, however, is that the Lakers could have used Turner in the 2025 NBA playoffs. Unfortunately, months of indecision about how to proceed at center has left the Lakers looking to free agency for answers, and Turner will be an expensive option. Lakers win Game 2 with formula that no other team can possibly compete with. A confidence-restoring win. The Los Angeles Lakers entered Game 2 of their first-round series against the Minnesota Timberwolves with their backs against the wall. Minnesota took a commanding 1-0 lead by blitzing Los Angeles and never looking back, ultimately securing a 117-95 win. During a significantly more competitive Game 2, the Lakers relied on what got them to the dance, and won 94-85 in a game that legitimized their grand ambitions. Los Angeles finished the 2024-25 regular season in the top half of the NBA in both three-point field goals made and three-point field goal percentage. Although not an elite team in that area, they created efficient shots and buried them at an impressive rate. During Game 2 against the Timberwolves, however, the Lakers couldn't seem to remember how to shoot from beyond the arc. Los Angeles finished Game 2 shooting 6 of 29 from beyond the arc, good for a mark of 20.7%. It was difficult to watch, as the Lakers' dependable shooters looked lost whenever they were tasked with spacing the floor. When all else failed, however, the Lakers were able to trust that their formula for success remains unrivaled: play through Luka Doncic, finish through LeBron James. Luka Doncic paces the Lakers, LeBron James closes games out. Doncic saved the day in Game 2, pacing the Lakers through 3 quarters on a night when few others could get anything going. He finished with 31 points, 12 rebounds, 9 assists, and a block, applying and sustaining pressure on the Timberwolves' defense from start to finish. It was the gutsy performance that the Lakers expected when they traded for him, and have now been rewarded for positioning him to provide. James' showing included ebbs and flows, but he stepped up when Los Angeles needed him most. He finished with 21 points, 11 rebounds, 7 assists, 1 block, and a steal, scoring 6 of the Lakers' mere 13 points in the fourth quarter. That included what effectively amounted to a clinching bucket with 2:40 on the clock. He then assisted Doncic with 49.0 seconds remaining, thus putting an end to the Timberwolves' comeback and securing a crucial Game 2 win. It was a clutch showing by the Lakers' franchise players on a night when others continued to struggle. Rui Hachimura and Austin Reeves admittedly took a step forward overall, combining for 27 points on 11 of 23 shooting, but they also shot a cumulative 0 of 8 from beyond the arc. Thankfully, they helped spearhead a dominant defensive effort that positioned Doncic and James to take over as only superstars can. It was a grind of a game from beginning to end, with neither team allowing the opposition to generate offensive momentum. That was a welcome change from Game 1, when the Timberwolves scored 117 points on .512/.500/.800 shooting. Los Angeles desperately needs to figure out how to generate efficient offense, but when all else fails, Doncic and James have the capacity to be an unrivaled duo. Luka Doncic becomes first player to achieve this playoff feat. Luka Doncic is notorious for his slow starts, but he's hit the ground running in his postseason career with the Lakers. Through his first 2 games, the Slovenian has tallied 68 points, 20 rebounds, and 10 assists at impressive 50/39/95 shooting splits. In Tuesday's Game 2 victory over the Timberwolves, he became the first player in postseason history to lead or co-lead all players on both teams in 6 different statistical categories, per OptaStats. The All-Star guard finished with 31 points, 12 rebounds, 9 assists, 1 block and 2 made threes, while shooting 11 of 11 from the free throw line. Granted, the 1 block and 2 made threes are nothing to write home about. However, they were indicative of the old-school physical battle in which both the Lakers and Timberwolves shot less than 21% from three-point range and struggled to sustain any offensive rhythm. Doncic also made franchise history on several counts, becoming just the 3rd Laker to begin their career with consecutive 30-point outings, and just the 4th guard to post a 30/10/5 stat line in the playoffs. Doncic will now look to continue his exploits when the tied series shifts to Minnesota for Game 3. Last year, as a member of the Mavericks, he terrorized the Timberwolves during the Western Conference Finals. In 3 away games, he averaged 33.6 points, 9.0 assists and 8.8 rebounds while shooting 50.7% from the field. While Minnesota was a happy hunting ground last year, Doncic isn't taking Anthony Edwards and company lightly ahead of Game 3. "Oh, it's gonna be hard," Doncic said of playing at the Target Center in Game 3 and Game 4. "They have amazing fans and we have to stay locked in. It's us against that whole arena. It's going to be very tough. I experienced that last year and it wasn't easy. We got to stay together no matter what." The Timberwolves enter Game 3 as 2.5-point favorites, per ESPN Bet. However, the Lakers are still favored to win the series. LeBron James' shocking Game 2 issue could spell trouble for the Los Angeles Lakers. LeBron James, Luka Doncic, and the Los Angeles Lakers got even with the Minnesota Timberwolves in the second game of their first-round series. For a team geared to make a deep postseason run, splitting their home games is important in securing their entry to the next round. As the series heads to the Twin Cities, Purple and Gold fans are hopeful that their roster can return to LA with a 3-1 series lead for a possible gentleman's sweep. However, Anthony Edwards' stellar play in this series will make it difficult for the purple and gold. Aside from Ant-Man's obvious threat to the Lakers' finals aspirations, another surprising aspect of the Lakers roster seems to be threatening the team's chances of winning both away games. Analyst thinks LeBron James' play in the series may threaten the Los Angeles Lakers' chances of winning. King James continues to defy logic as he remains one of the Lakers' most important players at 40. The Purple and Gold's 85-94 win over the Timberwolves saw him put up 21 points, 11 rebounds, 7 assists, 1 steal, and 1 block. While these numbers are exemplary for any NBA player, one analyst believes that James needs to do more to help the Lakers break past the Wolves and make a convincing run for the Larry O'Brien Trophy. He doesn't think the future Hall of Famer is playing to the levels he knows he could reach. CBS Sports' Sam Quinn thinks that an injury is affecting LeBron from playing his best basketball. Remember, James hurt his groin in an early March loss to Boston. He's averaged just 21.7 points per game since. He's getting to the line less. He's making fewer threes. He looks less explosive. To some extent, that's affecting him on defense as well. James did a lot of things well in Game 2, but Randle scored 27 points and James was his primary defender. On multiple occasions late, he and Reeves failed to connect on lobs that, while not routine by any stretch of the imagination, were highlight dunks for James 3 months ago. If his theory of LeBron not being at his physical best is true, then the Lakers can thank their lucky stars that Doncic is donning a Lakers jersey. James has been instrumental for the Purple and Gold for years, and his time at the top has taken a toll on his body. He's no longer the incredible physical specimen that terrified the league in the 2010s, but the fact that he's still averaging around 20 points a game is still impressive for a player of his caliber. Whether his current run of form is going to be enough to will the Lakers to the finals is an entirely different conversation, though.